The government will introduce a separate annual budget for agriculture with the objective of increase agriculture productivity and protecting farmers' welfare. Ulavar Sanghas, established by late Honorable Chief Minister Kalainer, will be revitalized. And more such farmers' markets will be established in the state. To protect farmers' rural market will be created under government supervision. The initiatives of supplying vegetables and fruits to people at their doorstep in vehicles during the COVID lockdown period was well received and will be continued and expanded. This government will take all steps to achieve the target of 125 lakh metric tons of food grain production during 2021-22. This year, water for Kuruvai cultivation in the Kaveri Delta has been released as scheduled on 12th June, desilting a length of 4,061 kilometers of channels has been taken up and is being completed on a war footing to ensure that water reaches the tail end areas. Management of water resources is of crucial importance to a water deficient state like Tamil Nadu. Hence, a separate ministry for water resource has been established. New legislation to regulate groundwater use will be enacted to protect the interest of farmers and common people dependent on groundwater. The energy and enthusiasm of the youth will be harnessed to restore and conserve water bodies across Tamil Nadu. This government will strive hard to protect Tamil Nadu's interest in interstate river waters issue. We strongly urge the Union government to reject the Meke-Dattu project proposed by Karnataka, which is in violation of the judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court. This government will request the government of Kerala and the Union government quickly accord the requisite clearances for carrying out the remaining work of the strengthening Mullai Periyar Dam. This government is committed to expedite Kaveri Gundaru Link project, which was commenced on 9th February 2009 by the late Honorable Chief Minister Kalainer, with the foundation stone laying for the Kattalai barrage across the Kaveri at Mayanur between Karur and Tiruchirappalli. This government is committed to complete the Athikadau Avinasi scheme under the Parambikulam LIR agreement. Kerala has completed the construction of the Idamalayaru Dam. As a follow-up, this government will initiate talks with the government of Kerala to construct the Annamalayar Dam. This government will protect the interest of our fishing community, including taking up the issue of retrieval of Kachethu with the government of India. This government will urge the Union government to devise a permanent solution to repeated instances of assault, arrest, and even loss of life of fishermen from Tamil Nadu at the hands of Sri Lankan Navy. This government will call upon the government of India to constitute a national commission for the welfare of fishermen to look into all aspects relating to the welfare of marine and inland fishermen. One of the first 5 orders of this government was the reduction in retail prices of Avin milk by 3 rupees per litre, which greatly benefited middle class families. As a result, the sale of Avin milk in the entire state has increased by about 1,50,000 litres per day. The supply of free rice to each ration card will be continued. All eligible persons who apply for a ration card will be provided a smart card within 15 days. The procurement of commodities like pulses, palm oil and sugar under the special public distribution system, which had been launched by late Honorable Chief Minister Kalainer in 2007, has been streamlined, resulting in substantial cost saving to the public as usual. This government has constituted a committee chaired by Justice A.K. Rajan to study the adverse impact of NEET on socially, educationally backward students. Based on the recommendations of the committee, the government will introduce necessary legislation to ensure that the students of Tamil Nadu are not adversely affected by NEET and will take necessary steps to obtain the consent of the Honorable President for such legislation. The Anna Centenary Library will be renovated and revitalized. Work on a world-class public library in the name of the late Honorable Chief Minister Kalainer at Madurai at a cost of 70 crore rupees will be commenced shortly. Consistent efforts will be made to make education for children universal and inclusive. Utmost priority will be given to providing quality education for all children studying in government schools. This government will make all-out efforts to ensure Tamil Nadu reaches the top rank in the performance grading index brought out by the Ministry of Education, Government of India, by focusing on the domain of learning, outcomes and quality, where the state's ranking was pulled down 2019-20. A mission mode project that will ensure continuity of education delivery will be implemented. ICT will be leveraged and refresher courses will be delivered to children in order to make up for learning losses during the pandemic period. Preserving lives and livelihoods during the COVID pandemic has been the priority of this government. Accordingly, factories and commercial establishments have been allowed to function. Wherever possible, strictly in accordance with the standard operating procedures, the functioning of the unorganized sector workers' welfare boards will be strengthened and the government will effectively support the members times of their need. Focused program to provide enhanced job and self-employment opportunity through skill training will be implemented. Skill training programs across government departments will be better integrated through the Tamil Nadu Skill Development Corporation. This government has taken measures to ensure the speedy revival of industries that have been hit hard by the COVID pandemic. While the Honorable Chief Minister has taken up the issue of loan repayment moratorium for small borrowers with the Government of India and the Reserve Bank of India, this government has been quick on its part to provide relief to MSMEs during the pandemic period. Additional liquidity was infused into the sector by accelerating the release of capital and interest subsidies from the state government. The time limit for payment of dues to Transitco and for renewal of 15 statutory licenses were extended. The government also extended till December 2021 the exemption from payment of stamp duty for registering memoranda of deposits while availing loans from financial institutions. The period for payment of profession tax by workers of industrial unit was also extended by 3 months. The focus of industrial policy will be on the further diversification of the industrial base of Tamil Nadu, both geographically and sectorally, and to ensure technological upgradation. An expert committee consisting of industrialists, banking and financial experts, and government officials will be constituted to formulate schemes for revival of MSMEs. Just as the late Honorable Chief Minister Kalainer took measures to promote industrial development in the southern district based on the recommendation of the Justice Ratnavel Pandian Committee, this government will take all necessary steps to ensure that more industries are established and employment opportunities created in the northern districts covered under the Chennai-Kanyakumari Industrial Corridor and Chennai-Bangalore Industrial Corridor, which are still industrially backward. ensuring uninterrupted power supply to all categories of electricity consumers in the state is the foremost objective of this government. TANGEDCO and TANTANSCO are facing severe financial crisis due to mismanagement in recent years. A detailed strategic study of the finances and governance structure of TANGEDCO and TANTANSCO will be carried out. New power generation capacity will be added through the speedy execution of long pending power projects and by promoting renewable energy, including regeneration of old and inefficient windmills. Renewed emphasis will be placed on conservation of energy and reduction of distribution losses by use of modern technology and microgrids. This government believes strongly in the principle of local self-governance and revitalize the rural and urban local bodies in the state. Elections to rural local bodies in the remaining 9 districts and all urban local bodies were due in 2016 and not held. Necessary steps will be taken to hold elections after the intensity of the COVID pandemic subsides and after ensuring that the delimitation exercise undertaken previously is appropriate in all respects. Provision of rural housing, drinking water supply, street lights, road connectivity, and recharge of water bodies will be emphasized. Ensuring supply of drinking water to each house directly in both urban and rural areas will be the highest priority of this government. This government will focus on the speedy completion of the construction of houses taken up for the poor and downtrodden in rural and urban areas. All eligible beneficiaries identified for the allotment of houses will be provided with a house. Satellite towns will be developed in suburban areas with modern amenities to decongest large cities in the state. Regional plans will be prepared to cover the entire state. The preparations of the third master plan for Chennai in consultation with all stakeholders will be completed well before the due date of 2026. The boundaries of Chennai Corporation were extended by including 42 adjacent local bodies. There are still gaps in the basic infrastructure in those added areas, which will be addressed when the Honorable Chief Minister was the Mayor of Chennai Corporation. Several steps were taken to create Singara Chennai. Singara Chennai 2 program will be launched to provide modern world-class infrastructure and services in Greater Chennai Corporation. A new model for enhanced urban governance capability, citizen-focused service delivery in key areas, including mobility and water supply, and to enhance the resilience of cities will be established. Chennai Metro Flood Management Committee, comprising experts in environment, urban planning, disaster management, will be established to devise flood control methods and design stormwater drain to reduce the detrimental impact of floods. Upgrading the highways road network will be accorded top priority. A systematic plan to upgrade, widen and strengthen major highways will be taken up. Bypasses will be formed for all major towns. Necessary steps will be taken to expedite the Madurai to Chennai Port elevated road project, which was needlessly stalled. Government led by the former Honorable Chief Minister Kalaner had initiated the work on the Chennai Metro Rail project in 2009. This government will ensure speedy completion of the Metro Rail project phase 2. We urge the Government of India to accord early approval for equity participation on 50-50 sharing basis as was done for phase 1. Feasibility studies for mass rapid transit system for Madurai, Tiruchirappalli, Salem and Tirunelveli will be taken up.